Well, good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. Today I just want to demonstrate something for you guys. Basically, if you guys have been watching my videos, I've been kind of messing around with a lot of smart home stuff. And I just did a video review on this awesome gift my parents got me, the LED 48 feet string light set in LEDs. It only draws 15 watts, 48 feet, and you get 24 bulbs on this thing, I believe. 24 bulbs, which is going to look great in my backyard. In the summertime, I'm going to put these up. And they're really awesome. They're very industrial. They're, like I said, all LEDs, plastic construction, really durable, waterproof, water resistant, I'll say. Nothing's really waterproof. And what's great about these is that it's going to be part of my Smart Backyard series coming up in the spring. And I just wanted to demonstrate to you guys what I've been able to do using voice command with these particular string lights and my RM Pro. For those of you who don't know what an RM Pro is, basically it's a universal remote control. I have mine hidden in the tree that sits on your coffee table, very similar to the Logic Harmony. At $35 to $40, it's a no-brainer if you're into tech stuff like I am. And what they do is it allows you to learn RF device or RF signals. So this device or this remote that came with these LED string lights is RF. So it allows you to program that into your smartphone and use your smartphone as a remote, which is great because, you know, in the event that this breaks, you may not be able to get a replacement. So those codes are always stored in my RM Pro. The other nice thing about this is that it allows you to control these remotely from a distance. So if you're, you know, down at the bar and you want to turn on your back lights, or if you're on your way home or leaving work, you can do that remotely. Now the other cool thing, and I've had a couple different people message me about being able to use the RM Pro with the Echo Dot. And I've been able to link up my TV and my soundbar to the Echo Dot or to the RM Pro and use my voice to turn those on. I've reviewed that and showed you that in another video that I've done. But what I want to do is to kind of show you what I've done by using that particular skill with the RM Pro to basically turn on these. And because this has a remote control with it that's RF, I've programmed this entire remote into the RM Pro, and I want to show you how it works. Now, in order to use voice control, I haven't been able to find another way other than using the IHC app, which is part of Broadlink. So if you have that, you want the Broadlink app and, of course, the IHC. And the IHC you're going to use, you can still use it as a regular remote like the RM Pro app to control the devices, but it allows you to use the Echo to voice command it. Now, I've only been able to get it to work with TVs. So anytime you add a device, even if it's not a TV, I add it as a TV. And then once you scan for new devices, the Echo under the Amazon Alexa app will find that as a new device. But it thinks the TV, so you're limited on what you can add. It would be nice to say turn these on or off, but because this is a radio frequency remote control, there is a dedicated on button, off button. And TVs generally don't have that. They have a single button to do both. So what I did is just to demonstrate that it can be done, I went ahead and used power or on as the command to turn these on, and then to turn them off, I've used the mute button. So I'm going to demonstrate how that works. Alexa, turn on the backyard string lights.
Okay.
So what's happened is Alexa has spoken to the RM Pro through the internet, and of course sent the RM Pro has sent out that signal, the radio frequency signal, to turn on these lights. Now I'm going to turn them off. Alexa, mute the backyard string lights. Oops. Alexa, mute the backyard string light.
Kitties are pretty, and so are their purrs and meows.
Sometimes she's very frustrating. Alexa, mute the backyard string lights. Alexa, mute backyard string lights. So there you go. So again, with these devices, the Smarthome stuff, and I mess it up all the time because whatever you name it, you have to be very specific. So you may think in your app to just say backyard string lights. But really, if you're like me, I always use the word "the" before a lot of these devices, and it confuses at least the Amazon Echoes. Google's a little bit better at knowing what you're talking about. But nonetheless, you see how it did turn on or off. Now, I will try to add this again at a later date. Maybe under an air conditioner, we might have individual on and off button. But as a TV, anytime I say, if I were to say turn off the backyard string lights, it's going to go ahead and send the code for off, and that's going to be the same as on, which is already programmed. So, and that could have been vice versa. But because it's two separate buttons, you had to program it as 2 separate commands, and you couldn't add your own command. So what happens is once you add that, and a gentleman had asked me today, how do you get all this to work? So what you want to do is, let's just say that I was adding a TV. I would select in IHC, I would select TV. I'd set up my TV in there, whether it has it programmed already, or in my case, I select the TV and I just programmed 5 of these buttons. So let's just pretend you can only program 2. So you'll program the on, you'll program the off, okay? Once it's all set up and in the IHC app, you go back into Alexa app, okay? And then you guys go to Smarthome and search for new devices. Once you search for new devices, it will discover the fact you've added that to the RM Pro, the IHC app. Once it's there, then you can name it and then voice command it. Again, it doesn't work perfectly on everything. For me, I mainly got the device because it was inexpensive. It allows me to save some old remotes in the device itself. It allows me to voice command simple things like turn it on or off. When I'm at home and I'm watching TV, I use my remote control. I don't want to grab it's too slow for me to grab the remote. What I do use is the voice command to do a macro. And one thing I can do with this, at a later date, because I have the power set up, I can actually set up a scene, whereas I can say, hey, let's activate, like in my living room here, movie mode, I can actually say, let's activate backyard mode, or backyard entertainment mode, or whatever I want to name it. And maybe in my case, it'll turn on maybe some other LED lights around my pergola, maybe these string lights, maybe I'll have the ability to possibly turn on maybe the waterfall in the hot tub. It just depends, because and having this stuff really makes me want to, when I do get a hot tub, hope that it maybe comes with a remote. And most of the time those remotes are waterproof and they are RF. So that'll be something I could program into this, where you can have the whole backyard come to life. I'm going to have my pond set up on that too, so I can have some pond lights turn on. So it's going to be really cool to just basically say one command and have all these things come to life, and then one command to turn them all off. So I hope you liked my video there, just get a little bit of insight on what can be done with these awesome, great voice control smart home hubs, and some of these other devices you can get that just takes a little time setting them up. It's a little bit of a nuisance setting up sometimes, but once you get it to work, I think the hardest thing for me is remembering what I name things. So again, with the Amazon Echo, you got to be very specific, whereas Google's a little bit better. I would have used Google for this as well, but Google does not have any kind of skill yet for the RM Pro. Hopefully they'll have that at a later date. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. As always, have a wonderful day. And if you're interested in the lights, the RM Pro, or anything else that's in the video, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description. If you do buy through those links, it does help support the channel, and I greatly appreciate that, guys. So thanks again. Have a wonderful day, folks.